and an activist.
Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shivaprasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab. Hello and a warm welcome to Ravichandran and Swaminathan ji. Every day my viewers want him to analyze everything. I was telling them, I was reminding them, if he does it so regularly, he will be out of his family bonds. So it takes time to prepare everything, and every time they want him to prepare a PPT. What, sir, you are not showing PPT? Have you become lazy? I said, no. At times he wants to speak directly. All PPTs are there in the public domain, my dear viewers, because me or Ravichandranji, we don't keep anything for ourselves. It is larger public interest. We discuss and debate and differ. We are inviting such type of advices, and when we want people to participate in our shows, you don't want to, but you always want to send some notes in the form of criticism. We accept it. At the same time, we are very open, very vocal to save people participatory constitutional democracy. There should be transparency and accountability at every level. That is our aim. And we have another wonderful guest from Bengaluru. He is Tenkarai Mohanji. He has just retired from public sector bank. And today's show being so important, electoral bonds, 1.5 years back itself, Ravichandran was saying, money laundering in an official way. As and when they came out with cryptocurrency, gaming money, when they were trying to regularize, he was advising Sitaramanji and Modi ji. What will you do with this money? Where is the source? Invisible. And if you utilize that money for election funding and all, parties funding, what would be the fate of India and democracy? This is what he has been echoing. DRTSPR channels have been echoing since 2018 itself, and more vocal with all PPTs with Ravichandranji also. Now similar situation wherein Modi ji, after the exposure, now he is on the back foot. Amit Shah ji, you don't know what he speaks. And Nirmala Sitharaman ji, we have shown you what she speaks. She doesn't even understand her own self. Now, even I will show latest Election Commission of India, the Chief Commissioner, he is trying to be on the side of government. He is speaking about transparency and accountability, and at the same time, he says, what if we reveal everything? My dear Chief Commissioner, if you don't reveal anything, now people will come to you Delhi now. This you have to keep in your own. People are suffering, their resources looted, rights curbed, and how long? Yes, sir, you have already pointed out one judgment, during the judgment, how even the Solicitor General had to state that it is nothing but black to white. 4 words from both of you, then I'll show those things. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mohan, you want to talk anything?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Nothing specific. We have seen everything in the public domain, and a lot of analysis also. Is on the public domain, including Twitter and other web portals. And I am really interested in hearing your speech.
Oh. Nothing extraordinary about it. But one thing, let us start with Amit Shah's India Today conclave, where he was interviewed by Rahul Srivastava. Now, what Amit Shah ji told was, money is coming from one bank to the party's bank. So it is all legal. There is nothing, money laundering is not involved there. But he is forgetting one thing. Money laundering by nature involves the banks at some point in time. If they want to make black money into white, at some point it has to touch the bank. That is the core principle behind that.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing that happened was, I was listening to that video of the Supreme Court argument, and the lawyer who was representing the government said, your lordships must understand that even if criminals come and give money, that money will go into the party's coffers legally. So, is the lawyer saying that the government or the parties or political parties are open to being funded by criminals? And are the party bank accounts being used to launder money, to make their black dirty money into white money? This is a very, very serious this thing. I think it is coming at around 56 seconds or something like that. If you can put it on, then it will be.
I'll show.
I have 2 minutes, my lord, if your lordship permits. At the outset, my lord, on behalf of the central government, I completely disassociate myself with what Dr. Agarwala has written. It is completely unwarranted and ill-advised.
That is, he is the Supreme Court Bar Association president who has written to take it suo moto and finish it off. So he is dissociating the official advocate of the central government. Yeah. Is that clear, sir? Any comment on you on this from?
No. You carry on that, because
I want that to be made very clear, my lord, on behalf of the central government. Now, my lord, I have something to share, and I have been watching this very painfully, my lord, outside the court. My lord, your lordships sit in kind of a silo. The lordships are, my lord, in an ivory tower, not, my lord, in a negative sense of the term. But what we know here, my lord, your lordships never come to know. The way in which your lordship's judgment is playing out, my lord, something your lordships must, my lord, be informed as highest court of the country. But what has happened? My lord, our case was that we want to curb the black money. A criminal may have paid the donation, but ultimately the donation comes in the white economy, and we could not persuade your lordships. My lord, your lordships passed a judgment. Lord, every one of us understood the judgment and the directions in a particular.
I'll again play this.
But ultimately, the donation comes in the white economy. The donation, criminal may have a criminal may have paid the donation, but ultimately the donation comes in the white economy, and we could not persuade your lordships.
See, this is a big statement made by the official advocate of central government, and hope Amit Shah Modi ji will get translated into their language of understanding, whether it is Gujarati and Hindi, before they come out and make statements. Similarly, Rahul Gandhi also, he should have good advisors, all political parties. What did it mean? This is a big issue which Ravichandran has pointed out. That is why we are coming out with a special show. Yes, sir. Your first comment, then I'll play again.
What am I supposed to comment, Dr. Reddy? Number one, he is saying, giving information to the Chief Justice of India, who said that any comments made on internet is absolute, freedom of speech is absolute on the internet.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. You didn't say it. It is the Chief Justice of India who said it when he was throwing out Section 66A of the Information Technology Act and declaring it ultra-vires constitution. Today, if the judgment of the Supreme Court is being attacked on the social media, or even the judges are being questioned on the judgment, then Supreme Court can't do anything, because it is, after all, the Supreme Court itself which has said that freedom of speech on the internet is absolute.
Yeah.
And it is the same Chief Justice who has said that. Now, we can't go back on that. So the advocate talking to the Chief Justice saying that social media channels are saying so many things is immaterial. Then the second point, which is the more serious point, when a advocate, when a lawyer, a senior counsel representing the central government stands up in the Supreme Court and says, if even criminals put their money and it comes into the white economy through the party coffers or through the party's account, shouldn't he have been hauled up inside the Supreme Court at that point in time and asked him that, is the government passing laws so that criminals can launder their money? I am surprised.
And he says we cannot persuade. If they could not.
We cannot persuade your lordships to permit it.
See.
What is happening here? And the second point is, this is why I said the best way, this is not my saying, it was Ronald Reagan who said this first. If you cannot control crime, then nationalize it. So is this the solution? If you cannot curb money laundering, legitimize it. The last time that I heard about this statement was in a satire, a drama written by Cho Ramasamy in 1970. In 1970, Cho Ramasamy said, when I become the Prime Minister of this country, I will make corruption legal. I will fix the amount that every person, government officer can take. And after the show was over, he came to the public stage and then he said, gentlemen, people of the public, this doesn't conclude here with this drama. If after 50 years, I put this drama, it will still be applicable. And you people will come, see the drama, laugh, applaud me and go away. This is what has happened today.
Much more than that. More than 50,000.
No, you have made corruption legal.
Legal.
You have made money laundering legal.
Legal.
And not only that, you have made State Bank of India a facilitator to this money laundering operations.
So many deposits of innocents, Indians, State Bank of India having deposits, regular transactions of Indians across various official accounts in State Bank of India. Largest bank, State Bank of India. After merger, you deliberately made it to become one of the largest banks in Asia. Now, this State Bank of India is being at the receiving end. It has become a laughing stock. I'll go to Mohanji, but before that, let me play it once again. What would be the ramifications of this, Ravichandran ji? Let me just again remind such a serious, and why did the Chief Justice and other justices kept quiet? Why they could not hold this official advocacy of central government? This was a better chance, I thought, even better than electoral bonds. Am I right, Ravichandran ji, after hearing this?
Correct. No,
actually, a criminal may have paid the donation, but ultimately the donation comes in the white economy and we could not persuade your lordships. Lord, your lordships passed.
How shameful this is, sir. This is the biggest thing, I think, biggest evidence out of these electoral bonds. We said criminals, illegal money, black money, it is being pumped into the system and they are funding elections. They will control political parties and public representatives to make laws suitable favoring them, all those criminals, criminal corporates on the floor of the parliament, again implemented by the Honorable Prime Minister, making mockery, nothing but loot resources. If you protest, you curb them with new amendments which are brought out in CRPC and IPC. Yes, Ravichandran ji.
So, now the ramifications, I'll come to the ramifications later. Now, what is State Banks of India role in this? Number one, the electoral bond scheme said that guaranteed total anonymity to the donor as well as to the party to which it has been given. Now, what State Bank of India did was it gave numbers to every promissory note which can be viewed only under ultraviolet light. That means the donor who took the promissory note on the assurance that it will be anonymous was not made aware of the fact that State Bank of India had laid down a marker on the promissory note which will identify him. This was in violation of the electoral bond scheme. Okay, it has served our purpose because now it will identify the donor, but that is one side of the story. But the main story, as far as State Bank is concerned, It has laid down an audit trail which will identify the donor, or in other words, the electoral bond scheme was not anonymous as guaranteed by the central government.
Yes.
Now, who has played the fraud?
That is it.
And
Who has played the fraud? Yep.
now, this application forms that State Bank of India issued to correct the KYC norms, it carried a lot of information other than your ID proof and address proof. Why was this information collected? Under the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, State Bank has to say why this information has been collected, and it cannot use it or give out this information without the consent of the data principal or the data to which the person to whom the data belongs. This will again be another violation. But I will not talk about violation of laws, because if I talk about violation of laws, this government may pass another law in the parliament legalizing it.
Wonderfully said. Yeah. Yeah, Mohan. Mohan.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Now,
just
Yeah,
the
right,
second
just a second,
consideration.
Yeah, Ravichandran, you complete.
Mr.
Yeah, let him complete.
Mr. Mohan wants
Ravichandran.
to come in, I think.
Yeah, Ravichandran, I just remember what Indira Gandhi told in 1983 when somebody asked her about corruption. Her reply was, "Corruption is a global phenomenon."
Yes.
Right? Similar thing, our prosecutor also has now told that they are trying to legally permit laundering of money.
Well,
Correct.
so, and that too, I really it beats my intelligence. How did Chief Justice and so other justices could not hold on to that? So that at least I'll play it again, so that at least Chief Justice and other justices will listen to this, their own recorded conversation carefully, and do what legally entitles them to do to save the country on transparency and accountability and free and fair elections, and black money to white money in a illegal way. That means PMLA Act, whether it applies to them or not.
A criminal may have paid the donation, but ultimately the donation comes in the white economy, and we could not persuade your lordships. Lord, your lordships passed and
Yes, sir, please. I can't. Yeah, Mohan, you tell me. Now, bank is unfortunately a public sector bank. State Bank of India is at the receiving end. And when they were asked to disclose the information, they said they cannot do it till June. And after that, when Supreme Court was very clear, they revealed. That means the pressure was applied by the government of the day. In such a case, when government is understanding as to who is contributing how much towards other political parties and to themselves, how can this be said anonymous? It guarantees anonymity as per the law. Onji.
Yeah, you have rightly pointed out. See, this it is not anonymous. The thing is that anonymity is maintained only for the citizens. Very few people in the government, that is the receiver knows or the government knows, and only the public is not knowing about it. That is the issue. It is selective anonymity, you can say.
Selective anonymity, that's a big term. Okay, so now you have coined another one. Selective anonymity.
So,
official money laundering.
official money laundering,
Selective anonymity.
legitimate corruption, and selective anonymity. I think the legal lexicon has to be rewritten now.
It should be. Then how
And
from
now
here
the-
on, Mohan, yeah, please, sir.
No,
Go.
there is another issue also, Dr. Reddy. There's
Yeah.
another issue also. This, once I open an account with State Bank of India after submitting the KYC norms, it takes, I think, 24 hours to 48 hours for them to generate that promissory note and give it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Now, in 24 hours or 48 hours, do you think State Bank of India will be in a position to verify the KYC documents that has been given? I doubt it. I seriously doubt whether State Bank of India, or for that matter, any bank,
Yeah.
can verify the KYC documents which are being given. Physically go and check this thing. That is why the problem is, even State Bank of India with the numbers and all that can only point out to the donor's name as it is given in the account statement. They have not verified it also.
That's a point. This is what I was about to speak. That means all black has become white.
Lot of black money. Now you take, for example, this your mega engineering.
Yeah, I'll show that fellow.
With Krishna Reddy or Ramachandra Rao.
KVP Ramachandra,
Now,
Congress YS Rajshekar Reddy's close friend, KVP Ramachandra Rao's brain and money is Mega Engineering Infrastructure Limited. I've been challenging them, prove me wrong. And Benami, the one who does the daily duties is Mega Krishna Reddy. That is why I said Mega Engineering Infrastructure Limited, Congress owned KVP Ramachandra Rao. Why Congress is still silent? When the same KVP Ramachandra Rao in caste was very close to BRS Chief Minister Kalvakuntla Chandrasekhar Rao, both belonging to the same caste. So whether they got contract or not, after L&T and all contracts were executed by Mega Engineering Infrastructure Limited, Kaleshwaram or Palamuru Rangareddy. Even Mission Bhagiratha, the tank fell down, famous tank in Vikarabad area. It came down with MEIL logo on that. When he has done, how is that Congress kept quiet? How is that this man has got such an acumen to associate with BRS, Congress-sponsored BRS, and again, after raids in 2018-19, he becomes close to Bharatiya Janata Party. This is what we have been stating right from 2018. Now, electoral bonds have clearly revealed this is corrupt money, corruption money, so much huge. That means it is public money looted and he is distributing it happily while he himself enjoys a larger chunk and without giving proper quality work. What is happening in Kaleshwaram? What has happened in Mission Bhagiratha? Money laundering clearly exposed in Palamuru Rangareddy, in BHEL. That is why Modi, Amit Shah, they keep quiet. They don't allow cases to go for trial. That is why he's paying money. So he's getting support from Congress, who has started KVP Ramachandra Rao. BRS gives him huge contracts, thousands of crores of contracts. BJP raids him and he catches hold of him and they give him lots of contracts across India now. Yes, sir. And Navayuga also, another company, Navayuga also. Navayuga company, who are the shareholders in Navayuga company?
Now the major problem with mega group of companies is, yes, what you have said is correct. There is a clear case of quid pro quo as far as Mega Engineering is concerned. They have received a lot of contracts. But I can understand if Mega Engineering being an Indian company, okay, it is our person who is eating that money. It is an Indian who is eating that money.
So let us become patriotic corruption. Okay.
Yes. No. But my problem is, Mega Engineering is also associated with Electra Green Tech.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Electra Green Tech has got a Chinese partner.
Oh, wonderful.
Which means Chinese money is also involved in this.
Yes.
So are the Chinese funding the political parties in India?
This is what you have been raising right from the day one.
Yes. Rahul Gandhi has signed an MOU with China.
Yeah.
Which is still it is still anonymous.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what is there in the MOU.
Yeah.
Now, should I take it that this is part of that deal with the Chinese?
Yeah, that's what Mega origin is.
Now you have permitted foreign countries to fund Indian political parties and maybe influencing the electorate to get them elected. Then what happens to the security of this country?
Yeah.
Where will the loyalty of these parties lie? The golden rule of business is the man who holds the gold makes the rules. If the Chinese or the Pakistanis are holding the gold, then they will make the rules.
Yes.
This is an issue of national security now.
Yeah.
It is not just criminals who are laundering money. I will be happy if it is only criminals because they are all Indian criminals. We can also take care of them. But what happens if this is other countries, foreign countries, friendly countries like China and Pakistan?
Yeah.
Or maybe even Maldives. And how much of this money is being round tripped? I don't know. It could be drug money also.
Who knows?
When a company like our Martin,
Yeah, I'm showing it.
lottery king Martin. Now the future gaming. I remember, if you remember last time when we talked about it in sometime in last year, I told you that most of the online gaming companies will be the major contributors for the electoral bonds.
You told it very explicitly.
Now it is being proved.
Yeah.
Future Gaming has contributed 1,500 crores, and most of their companies, they have declared profits of only 82 crores, 50 crores, 100 crores.
But they are contributing 1,300,
300 crores. What is this money?
Where is it coming from?
What is this money? What is the source of this money?
Yeah.
The larger issue is not that money is being laundered. I will say that the larger issue is nobody is talking about the source of the money. They are talking about the people who have deposited the money or have purchased electoral bonds, but nobody is talking about where this money is coming from. That is more important.
That's
Today, if I purchase 1 crore rupees worth of electoral bonds, and this money which I am putting in, I am just a benami for some drug lord or some Chinese company or some Pakistani company, then what happens to the economy? What happens to the security of the country? Why is nobody talking about it? Why is no citizen talking about it? When you go to the social media, everybody says corruption, BJP has got so much money, Congress has got so much money, TMC has got so much money. Arey Baba, all these parties are Indian parties. Find out where the source of the money is. Then you will know which party is belonging to which country.
Yeah.
Or which drug king or which criminal fellow.
Yeah.
So this is the major issue that I wanted to highlight.
What is the source? Yes, sir. How can banks be like that? Mohanji, how can banks be so insensitive without understanding the source? What would happen? I was talking about to you this Navayuga. Big names, ex-CM and big BJP leader, all about Navayuga Engineering Company, makers of this Silk Yara tunnel where 41 workers were stuck during Diwali's Dasara time in Uttarakhand. They don't have expertise, but they take up this work. After this, they have donated in a very logical way, as we have seen in other cases. Navayuga chairman C.V. Rao was questioned by CBI in connection with Y.S. Jagannath Reddy's disproportionate assets case in 2012. The case involved Nimmagadda Prasad owned Matrix import selling huge stakes in Vanpick ports to Navayuga Engineering Company without informing the state like that. Now they have got this contract. Who are those behind, and what is the source of this money? This is what more interesting. And then, yes, sir, Mohanji, any comments?
Sir, I'm interested in hearing your this one. I reserve my comments for the last.
Yeah, because we are short of time. Now I'm showing you another MP who has jumped from TDP to join BJP. BJP MP's infrastructure company bought rupees 45 crore bonds while bagging Himachal Dam project. This is another way of quid pro quo. And this man, when he was raided, he and along with another gentleman, another MP here, Sujana Chowdhury, they resigned from TDP, they joined BJP. All of a sudden, IT and ED raids stop. Now, after further some time, he contributes 45 crores and bags Himachal Dam project. quid pro quo. So this is how it is. Situation. Now the latest is, this is the latest figure. 8,451 crores, something like that. BJD, BRS, TMC bagging more, including Indian National Congress. Whose money is that? Who have contributed? And what is the legitimate source of such companies? That is what is more important. Otherwise, it will be, the democracy is gone. I just wanted to show you.
कौन कहता है भ्रष्टाचार करने की जरूरत होती है? भाइयों बहनों, मेरा मंत्र है, न खाता हूं न खाने दूंगा।
अब दोस्तों ये लिस्ट देखिए, मेघा ने सीक्रेट इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स के जरिए ये पैसे दिए हैं जो आपको अपने स्क्रीन पर दिखाई दे रहे हैं। आपने सुना, नितिन गडकरी उनकी तारीफ कर रहे थे। अब तारीख पर गौर कीजिए, इन्होंने चुनावी चंदा दिया 11 अप्रैल 2023 को। इस तारीख पर गौर कीजिए दोस्तों, 11 अप्रैल 2023 को इन्होंने चुनावी चंदा खरीदा। और अब इस तारीख पर गौर कीजिए, 12 मई 2023, और ये खबर देखिए, मेगा इंजीनियरिंग बीट्स L&T टू बैग 14,400 करोड़ थाने बोरीवली ट्विन टनल प्रोजेक्ट। क्या यह महज इत्तेफाक है कि आप चुनावी चंदे के जरिए 966 करोड़ रुपए देते हैं और उसके बाद आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिल जाता है थाने बोरीवली ट्विन टनल प्रोजेक्ट, जिसकी कुल लागत है 14,400 करोड़?
Yep, that's it. We just wanted to prove. And yes, sir, we have got limited time, 4 minutes. Now I want you both to take some time to finish it.
Mr. Mohan can start.
Hey, go ahead, Mr. Ravichandran.
No. I have finished speaking. It is your turn now.
No, I have no specific comments. Everything you have explained fully. And the thing is, the government is just trying to sweep everything under the carpet. That is what is happening. At least now the Supreme Court has done something and things are coming out in public, which gives a lot of insight to the general public. That is something to be appreciated. That is my opinion.
Yeah, Ravichandran ji.
See, the problem is, we don't have a strong educated opposition. The questions that are now being asked by the general public on the social media should have been asked by the opposition in parliament when the bill was being passed. At that point in time, these people either kept quiet or just walked out or talked inanities in parliament of irrelevant materials, irrelevant subjects. If some opposition leader had sat down and gone through the entire bill, then they could have raised objections at that point in time and had their dissents noted. Unfortunately, today the opposition party cannot talk about this because they are also hand in glove with the BJP in taking money in different states or in different places. It is the quantum of money is immaterial. Whether you take 6,000 crores or 2,000 crores, it is immaterial. That the electoral bonds was a payment gateway for all the opposition parties also is a very sad thing for democracy. Democracy has been hijacked by a few people, and my fear is if it goes into criminal elements, hands of criminal elements, then only the mafia will rule this country, not the people. We can forget about we the people.
So this is it for today. I only hope the Chief Justice of India again revisits what official advocacy from Union government has said. Criminals, white money, white economy, unable to persuade. So the democracy by the people, for the people, of the people is under serious threat as elections are being controlled in a quid pro quo way by corporates, and the source of money, if it is China, Pakistan and George Soros, other than India, what would be the fate of people participatory constitutional democracy. Even if the corporate companies also paying money to dictate terms to the democracy, it is a bad day as they are trying to loot our resources. When you protest, they will curb your rights through those new amendments wherein a constable can also take your DNA. Unfortunately, learned ministers like Amit Shah ji and Modi ji, they have not read that policy properly when they brought it on the floor of the parliament. That is why we say, kindly understand and read in the language which you are used to. Only then come to the parliament. Otherwise, as we are saying, quid pro quo, corporates, criminals, foreign nation countries will rule India, and it will be a sad day again wherein we need to fight. Not visible East India Company, invisible quid pro quo, criminals and other nations which are going to dictate that to corporates like Soros, China, Pakistan, etc., etc. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Do support DRTSPR channels, Citizens DRTSPR.